Coach Faulds here with another weekly update, and I'm joined by two of our players.
Sebastian Parsalidis, fullback from Toronto, Ontario.
And
Marcus Tenney, defensive tackle from Minnesota, Ontario.
yeah, and these two guys are some of the glue of our team. You know, Marcus Tenney playing defensive tackle and Sebastian playing fullback. Real hard hitters, real tough, hard-nosed players. And maybe starting with you, Seb, I think a lot of people think when they watch football that defensive players are the hardest hitters and the biggest tacklers. But I would argue that number 41 for the Laurier Golden Hawks is the hardest hitter, both on special teams and on offense. So what would you attribute that physicality to?
Probably just my determination and my mental focus and grind. I love going to the gym, getting stronger every day, 1% better every day. So that's what I would attribute my strength and my power to.
For sure. And Marcus, for you, I think what's interesting is not all university football players are playing the position that they grew up playing or even came to university playing. So maybe talk about your journey, how we recruited you as a fullback out of Barrie, and now you're one of the best defensive tackles in the province.
Yeah, so I started my first 2 years here at Laurier as a fullback. I was over with Seb, and then pretty much in the second year in the winter, Coach V came along and he asked me, hey, would you ever want to play some defense? So I was stunned by that, and I really wanted to play it. So I said, yeah, I'll give it a shot. And then that winter, I went out and I started playing defensive tackle, and I loved it ever since.
Most definitely. And these guys were instrumental. As many of you were here at the stadium or watching on OUA TV, we had a big week. Our goal every week is to go 1-0, and we did that against the Western Mustangs, the number 1 ranked team in the country, with a 43-28 victory. We came out very strong, had a 17-2 lead at halftime, and we reflected back to the Yates Cup last year where we had a 14-5 halftime lead, and we squandered that in the third quarter. So we knew the third quarter was going to be big for us. I'm proud of our team who marched down the field. It was a Taylor Elgersma to Ethan Jordan touchdown to make it 24-2. Western's a good football team, so they responded, making it 24-9. And at that moment, when you see their sideline gaining a little momentum, you as a coach is looking at how your Golden Hawks are going to respond. And respond is what we did. Ethan Bayfield had a big interception, which was followed up 2 plays later by a Tayshawn Jackson touchdown, extending the lead to 31-9. And then we finished the game in the fourth quarter, executed well in all 3 phases. So that was a big win for us, obviously. Our players of the week on scout team in the lead up to the game on offense was receiver Khalil Gooden. On defense was linebacker Frank Kalala. On special teams, it was defensive back Tucker Panett. And then in terms of the games itself, on offense, our weekly player of the week, and he was the OUA player of the week, is quarterback Taylor Elgersma. He was 24 of 29 for 385 yards, had 2 passing touchdowns to Ethan Jordan, and he had 2 rushing touchdowns. On defense, I would argue our hardest hitter on the team is here, but our pound-for-pound toughest guy was defensive player of the week, DB Jahari Hastings. And then on special teams, our player of the week was kicker Dawson Hodge, who averaged over 40 yards a punt and made 2 critical field goals. So with that, we are now ranked the number 1 team in the country. But as I told our players when it was announced on Monday, September 16th, no one reflects back on a season and remembers who was ranked number 1 in September. So we are staying humble, but at the same time, we're proud that all the work these guys do in the gym, how hard they work in spring camp and winter practices and throughout the summer is really paying dividends. So what are we up to now? Well, it is the Battle of Waterloo week. We know it's Waterloo's homecoming. They've been sitting on the bye, so we know we're going to get their best punch. And just like always, whether we're ranked number 10, ranked number 1, we're taking it 1 week at a time, trying to get better as Laurier football players and coaches, and to go 1-0 this week. So another question for the guys is, as our viewers know, these student athletes also have to work. And, Seb being from Toronto, Marcus being from Barrie, to be able to train here in the summer and stay in KW for the summer, they need to work. And these 2 individuals have started their own business. So maybe guys speak to that. What's it like starting a business?
Yeah, so it was obviously a little intimidating at first, you know, not knowing if you're gonna get the clients, but we decided to go foot on the gas and just go for it. So we did. We started a landscaping company, SM Lawn Solutions, and it went fairly well. We started getting customers on customers and then referrals from them. They were family members. And so at the end of the day, it worked out really well for us because we took that leap of faith to go and jump and actually do it, because we didn't want to just be working in KW making minimum wage, working for someone else. We wanted to be, you know, the writers of our own path this summer.
Awesome. So great football players, great students and entrepreneurs. Anyone in the KW area looking for lawn service, it's S&M, it's Sebastian, it's Marcus, it's Coach Faulds saying, go Hawks, go.